afternoon live. Hold on, let me get set up real quick while I am on here. Okay, perfect. Hey, y'all. So, if you are new here, hi, I'm Eunice, your skin spiritualist. We talk about all things skincare, especially acne skincare, because your girl had a battle with acne, and I've been staying on the clear path of keeping my skin clear and maintaining clear skin and keeping acne away for as long as possible. And so, I'm here to give you the tools on how to have clear, glowing skin, okay? And today we're going to be talking about face mask and acne. Face mask can play a major part in acne, but it's a kind of a small part though, right? Because you're only going to be doing face masks like 1 to 2 times off the week, but they can make a major difference in like how your acne looks or what's going on, right? It's something to add into the routine. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna talk about that. Before we get started, the Clear Skin Playbook. All right, your girl has a $5 off. It is for 24 hours. So I'm going to right now pop that code into the chat so that you guys can go and get your hands on it. The Clear Skin Playbook is just a full breakdown on skin type, acne types, morning routine, night routine, ingredients that you should be using for acne. It is just the person who needs um, answers and long term results for their acne. That is what the playbook is for. Okay, so it is a tool for you. Okay, okay. So before we get started, let me pop that in the chat really quickly. And as you guys are triggering in, as you guys are coming in, please let me know where you are watching from. I like to know where you guys are watching from. I'm in LA. Okay. We don't have any rain right now, but they say it's going to rain in a few days. So we're going to be back at it. So let me go ahead and pop this in the chat real quick. So that is the Clear Skin Playbook. Now, hopefully my connection on here is fine. If you guys remember a few days ago, we had that whole problem with T-Mobile and my service. And they did tell me to go in and talk to somebody, but I haven't had the issue. So I think we're good to go. All right. Hello, Kelly. How are you? Welcome into the live. And thank you for subscribing and liking. I appreciate it. And if you have any skincare questions about products, anything, let me know in the chat. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start this conversation on acne and face mask. Okay, so let me pull up my notes real quick. If you guys are not following me on Instagram, what are you doing? At the Skin Spiritualist, what are you doing? Okay. All right, so let's jump into this really quickly. Let me get my notes up so I stay focused because your girl be all over the place. All right. All right. So let's talk about first thing first, what a face mask does. Because I think it is important when it comes to skincare to know what things do. And I feel like there's a lot of lack in knowledge of why you use something or what the purpose is when it comes to your skin. So it's really important uh, for me when I'm talking to you guys and clients that we get to the core of what things do. So we're going to start off with, what does a face mask actually do? What will a face mask for acne actually do? So number one, it will help to reduce inflammation. Two, it will absorb excessive oil. Three, it will calm active breakouts. Four, it will support treatments. Okay. Now, the last one, it supports treatments. It does not replace treatments. Okay. So, it still is going to be very important for you to be doing your step skincare routine with cleansing, toner, serum, spot treatment, moisturizer. So, your baseline of skincare is still important, but a face mask is going to support what you're doing. Now, another thing that I really like to do or I really like face masks for, and specifically clay masks are my favorite because they draw out that excessive oil in the face. So if you're oily prone like me, and usually most people who are acne prone are oil prone, it's like that nice little reset for your skin. So for me, I like the fact that it just takes out all that oil, but it doesn't overly do it. Okay. It doesn't overly dry the skin out, but it just removes all the excessive. All right. I guess I'm trying to figure out if we should jump into how to use a face mask or if I should wait to talk about how to use a face mask. We're gonna wait. We're gonna wait. Okay. So that is what a face mask does. That is the whole point of a face mask. Okay. So next we're gonna jump into the best mask ingredients for acne. So when you are out there looking for mask for acne, you want to make sure you are using the right ingredients. Okay. And I say that this is important to know your skin type. It's important to know ingredients that are for your skin type so that when you are looking for not just face mask, but also products, you know what ingredients you are looking for. When you pick up that bottle, when you look at it in Ulta, Target, Sephora, you go, oh yeah, I did my research. I know that that is for acne prone skin. I know that that is not for acne prone skin. Okay. So it's important to know your ingredients. All right. So the first ingredient that we're going to talk about that's best for a mask for acne is clay. I love clay. It can be the bentonite clay, the kaolin, Kaolin clay. Bentonite clay is one of my favorites. You guys are probably really familiar with the Indian clay, the green one in the tub. That one's really popular. But like I said, I like clay masks for acne because it really just draws out those impurities. Like it makes your skin feel so good. So that will hands down forever be one of my favorites. Okay. A next ingredient that is great for acne when it comes to face masks is sulfur. Now, I've never used sulfur before. Maybe that can be something that we give a try. If you have used sulfur in your skincare routine when it comes to acne, please let me know. I haven't done that yet. So yeah, I haven't done that yet. So definitely if you used it, let me know. Okay, the next one is salicylic acid, and that's a known one. Salicylic acid is a popular ingredient. You know, it comes in so many forms, so we don't need to go too far into that. Zinc is another one that I've never used. Zinc, have you guys ever used a face mask with zinc in it? Never. And then, of course, another one of my favorites is niacinamide. Niacinamide is me and niacinamide are like this. Okay. The things that niacinamide does for my face, chef's chef's kiss. I love me some niacinamide. Okay. So those are the best ingredients for acne, and those are just a few. I feel like other ones that I like are like tea. I would take the bentonite clay or the is that what it's called? The Aztec, the green clay. You know what I'm talking about. When I would take that clay, I would mix it with like water and a few drops of tea tree oil just as the antibacterial to add to my skin. Like, and I would mix that up, put that on my face, and rinse it off. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the clay mask as well, you can DIY a lot of it. You can put a few drops of oil into it, essential oils into it. You can mix it with water. I also done it with vinegar. Okay, so there's so many levels to, especially when you're working with clay, what you can add to it to have more benefits when it comes to your face mask for acne. All right, so get creative with it. You can get you a whole tub of clay and it's going to last you for some time. All right. And I have a lot of videos on me DIYing my own face mask from like years ago. And even to this day, there's still a solid form of masking for your face. Currently, what I've been using is the Fenty cookies and cream face mask. I've been trying to use that up, but a little bit of it goes a long way. But I like it because it has the charcoal in it as well, and it dries down really nicely. And yeah, it's perfect for oily skin, and it's one of my favorites currently that I am using. And then if you guys are interested, I will drop my favorite. products in the chat so you guys will be able to see what I use. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop in the Fenty Beauty face mask, just so you guys know more so of what I like to use. And yeah, hold on one second while I put this in here. Um, but yeah, and I need to go and find a new mask to use, preferably in the clay region, because I really like my clay. It does amazing benefits for my skin. So I'm just popping this into the chat. Give me a second if it will look up the product. Okay, so while that is doing that, let's move on to the next thing. Okay, so we talked about what a face mask is, and I feel like it's very important for you to know what a face mask is. And I also talked about the ingredients for face masks. So now we're going to talk about um, ingredients to be careful with. Now, when it comes to face masks, it's very important for you to also know what not to use. Okay, so don't be over there using these ingredients on your face, okay, as a face mask, and then you wondering why your acne got worse. Okay, hold on. What you doing? What you doing? Come on, find it so I can give it to the people. Sephora. Okay, I found it. Okay, there we go. So that's we're gonna stick into the chat. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, so that's the mask that I use. All right, so here are some ingredients to be careful with when it comes to looking for face masks for acne. All right. So the first ingredient, of course, is anything with heavy oils. Now, when it comes to acne, especially with oily, prone skin acne, you want to less is more with the oils. Okay, you don't want to be. You're not dry skin. All right, you're oily, and you don't want to add more oils to the skin because that can cause what? Say it, everybody. What? More clogged pores, more pimples, and we don't want that. Okay. You can use oils, like I said, with your clay. You can put a few drops of oil in the clay, and that will give you a little bit of a boost of moisture. But you don't want to be using a heavy oil or too many oils. Another one is fragrance. One of the things that I really don't like, and this like too much fragrance in skincare and in makeup. And this is important because too much fragrance can also cause irritation, more breakouts. And for me, it just never made sense. Like, why does my face moisturize me to smell like a cookie? Like, why does it need to smell like a cookie? That's okay. Leave that up for the body washes and the body. My face is not meant to be like that. No, 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 no. Okay. Fragrance free. Fragrance free is going to be your best friend when it comes to a lot of things when it comes to skincare. Sideline, I had a client today who came in to get her eyebrows done. And she was 50 years old and her skin looked good. And she was saying the same thing, like less is more. You know, I don't do a lot of the products on my face or a lot of the chemicals and the makeup and all that. And I always say this too, less is more when it comes to the skin. You don't want to be doing too much with fragrances, actives, all of that. Keep it basic, all right? So, fragrance, not too much. The next one is alcohol. You don't want to, how can I say this about alcohol? You don't want to over dry out the skin because alcohol can really dry out the skin and it can really irritate. Now, I do have a little bit of a a love for alcohol. Okay. And let me tell you a little backstory really quickly because we got time. We got time. We got time. My grandmother, right? You can't see her. She's behind me, right? You can't see her. My grandmother used to take alcohol wipes, like the little square ones, and she used to wipe down her entire face every day. And I never got it. I never understood why this woman did that, right? Why did she use alcohol wipes to wipe it? Like, ma'am, you should not be using that on your face. Kid you not. My grandmother passed away when she was 79, 80 years old. Skin smooth like butter. Okay. When I tell you this lady's skin looked amazing, oh, amazing. And it made me also look at as in like what alcohol does for the skin. And alcohol is a great form of a toner as well, right? I know it is, you know what I'm saying? But when it comes to certain skin types, you don't want to be out there just throwing alcohol in your face every day like my grandma. Now she did that. She did that, but you won't see me doing that. I'll just use some witch hazel. I'll just use some witch hazel. But it did also open up my eyes to the fact that certain things that we say we shouldn't be using for the skin, for some people it works. And in this industry of me talking to clients and seeing different skin types, and even people telling me, don't use coconut oil on your face because it's going to make you break out. And I've been using coconut oil on my face for years, and I will never understand how people, but it clogs pores. And I'm like, well, I don't experience that with coconut oil. So my thing is this, it busted my brain open when, as I'm in this industry for so long, that one thing that doesn't work for someone, and I always say this to you guys, just because something does not work for you does not mean it's not going to work for the other person. Another little side story, and we're going to get back to it. I had a client come in and she told me she does not use soap or anything on her face. She uses just water. I know. I know. I'm sitting there and I'm like, you're insane, just water. But let me tell you something. When I tell you that woman's skin was clear as clear, bright, no type of blemish or nothing. Now I could never because my skin would it'd be like, let me show you something. But her skin, oh honey. And I couldn't even say anything because I was like, you use nothing but water on your face and that's what your face looks like. So I've had a lot of situations with working with clients and seeing things in just my own life with my own skin that just because it does not work for you doesn't mean that it won't work for another and vice versa. But in the same realm of all that, whenever it comes to using certain things, you just got to be mindful and know your skin and know what you can use and know what you can't use. All right, just be mindful of that. All right, alcohol can be a little bit too astringent for some people. Some people may be able to get away with it, but it can, like my grandma, right? But it can be a bit too astringent. All right, so just be mindful. All right, let's get back into it. Another ingredient, and this is actually one of my favorites to actually use. This is one of this when I was doing like my whole notes on this, I was like, so another thing to be careful with is of course lemon and baking soda. Now, if you've been rocking with your girl for a long time, because you go, we know we've had this channel for 12 years, right? Um, when I first started out, I did a lot of DIY. I did a baking soda spot treatment mask. I did a lime mask or something like that with lime and baking soda, and I liked it. But once again, you want to be careful with that because using too much of that can mess up your barrier. Using too much of that can cause irritation. So that was something that I used once every few months. That was not something that I consistently use on a weekly basis. Okay. So just keep in mind, all right, they work, but you don't want to be using it every day or even every month. Give even every month, especially if you have a consistent skincare routine that works. All right. So yeah. All right. So just really quickly to tell you guys the Clear Skin Playbook. It is $5 off currently. All right. And it is for 24 hours. So I do have a link in the chat for you guys to go and check it out. And if you are not subscribed and you are watching, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button and join the party. Okay. All right. So next one is a major question of how often do you use face mask? Like, what is the golden number? And my thing is at least 1 to 2 times out the week, you want to be using a face mask. That is it. All right. You don't need to be using a face mask every day. Like, are you okay? No, 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 no. No, 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 no. It's just like with exfoliation. You want to do that one day out the week, maybe two. maybe two. Okay. So you want to be using a face mask 1 to 2 times per week. Um, just because you do it more does not mean it's going to improve your skin. It can actually have the opposite effect, just like exfoliation, and it can mess up your skin barrier. Okay. Use these things appropriately. Another thing, a lot of the times when you guys are buying products, turn that package around and look at how often it says to use it. Don't just grab it off the shelf, go home and start using it 3 days out the week. You may need that product because of how it's formulated. You may need to use that product only 1 day out the week, especially if you have other actives. Listen closely, especially if you have other actives in your skincare routine. Okay, because with those actives, y'all be messing up y'all barrier, and I have to talk about that too because y'all, I need to get y'all together talking about something. I'm using tretinoin and retinol and salicylic acid, huh? And you wondering why your skin is flaky and bumpy and you just can't get it right. Stop it. Stop it. All right? Stop it. All right, so I want to open up the floor for, do you guys have any questions about face mask when it comes to acne or face mask in general? Any questions about the Clear Skin Playbook? Like, the floor is yours. The floor is yours. I'm here to answer your questions. Okay, so if you guys have any questions, go ahead and you guys can answer. Ask them. And if you are not subscribed and you are just getting into the chat, subscribe, join the party. Okay. And then so yeah, so before we wrap this up a little bit, let's talk in depth too about the Clear Skin Playbook so that you know what you're getting with purchasing the Clear Skin Playbook. Pretty much the Clear Skin Playbook, I designed this for, or I created this for the person who just wants the answers to a straight shot guide to how to deal with their acne. And for me, it's not, a lot of times we overcomplicate acne. We make it more than what it is. But on the flip side of that, I think that acne is so intricate. There's levels to it. There's so many different reasons why you can have acne that people are just not aware that it's not just about skincare. So in the Clear Skin Playbook, it's not just about the morning routine, the night routine, um, the products to use, the ingredients to use. That's in there as well. But what it also is about is your lifestyle, your diet, your hormones, your stress, the other factors that play a major role in your skincare or in your acne. So I wanted to create something that focuses on everything, that gives a spotlight on everything in full circle. And the person who gets this, you can read it. I think it's about 14 pages long. But it's just like you read it, you get it. It's a guide you can always come back to. And it has a skincare, it has a skin type questionnaire and an acne type quiz because there are different types of acne as well. But this is just a guide for you to just be able to get to it, if you will. It's a straightforward and not just getting to the bottom line of what's going on with your acne, but also the tools that you are going to need to maintain clear skin, right? I do want to create, well, I am going to create a Clear Skin Playbook Part 2 because after you clear the acne, the next major question that I always get from clients and people is scarring, right? Or not even that, rewind it. People with active acne are talking about scarring. And I have to always circle back and tell people, you have to get to the core of your acne first to stop and or reduce the amount of breakouts you are having before you can even think about dealing with scarring. And the reason why I say that is this, right? You are going to be going in a vicious circle if you are having active breakouts after active breakouts that are causing new scars, new scars, and then you're trying to focus on, fixing that active breakout and fixing that scar, you're going to drive yourself crazy in that loop. Focus on the core, get the skin clean. Once the skin is clean, then you go, okay, or not clean, clear, then you go, okay, all right, cool. Now let's focus on ingredients like vitamin C and things like that to fade the hyperpigmentation or the scars left behind from the acne. Another thing, it takes time. I get it. I completely get it. You want to get to the core of what is going on. You want to see the results be better. But it's all a waiting. It's not a waiting game, but it's all a process. So, Clear Skin Playbook 2 is going to be coming out because we got to talk about acne and scarring and the hyperpigmentation. And once you get those breakouts under control, how it is smooth sailing with the actual scarring. And once you get the scarring, and your girl is a full example of it, once you clear that scarring, it is nothing like it. Like your skin, and you don't want to revert back. You don't want to go back to that. So you're going to do what you need to do to make sure that your skin maintains clarity. Okay. So that is pretty much what the Clear Skin Playbook is all about. What you can expect from it. Um, it is not just a tool you can use now, but a tool you can use later on if you ever want to revert back to it. And it's just a great resource for those who have acne who just want a snapshot. Okay. Alongside of the playbook, I always tell you guys to do your research. I always tell you guys, I tell my clients, do your research. If you have any questions about an ingredient, what not to mix and what not to do your research. Pop into Google. Google is free. You know what I'm saying? I use an app as well. You guys know me and my apps. I use an app as well. I always I always be scanning it. But it's this app right here. It's called One. It looks like this. If you guys can see it. Yeah, it looks like this. So I like this app because you guys know I'm paraben free. I don't use parabens. I like to be as natural or good ingredients for you as possible because the stuff that's in this, it can make you sick, right? So this app here, you just go into the store and you scan it. Like you scan the barcode of a product and it gives you a rating on something. So for example, I have a CeraVe here and I have a conditioner. So if you see here the Swab's conditioner, they give you a 47 out of 100. They say it's not great. And then as you go down, it tells you exactly why it's not great. So it tells you all the risk and all that. And then for one that is a little bit more of a healthier option or a better option, it's green. And they give you a score. And it tells you down here why it's green. The low risk and all that in there as well. So that's another great tool for you guys who have acne, who want to use things that are more fragrance free, more natural, just to keep your skin on the safe side, okay? Because, yeah, you got to be. You got to be. All right. And that app is called One. You can find it in your Google Play Store, or I believe they have it on Apple as well. So, yeah, and then they have like a whole community on here talking about everything. So yeah, that's just one thing that I like to use in when I'm shopping or looking at new things that I see. Like I'll come across, because this is the thing, right? So you'll be out at the store, you'll be out looking at stuff, and you come across a product that you've never seen before. And usually I would watch TikToks or reviews on a product, but sometimes I'm like, I just want to go. I just want something that's quick. So that app, I can just scan it and it's going to tell me all what's in it, what's going on with it, what's the rating on it. And usually for me, if it's not a green, I don't even think twice. I put it back on the shelf. Um, yeah, we don't play those games around here. All right. So yeah, that's the one app. I'm going to open up the floor one more time. Do you guys have any questions for me about the Clear Skin Playbook, about acne and face mask or anything like that? Any questions? No? Yes? Maybe so? All right. Well, once again, thank you guys so much for watching the live and tuning in. And I will see you guys in a later live. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and take a moment and subscribe. Like this live, thumbs me up. And then also go ahead and get your hands on the Clear Skin Playbook. It is officially $5 off, so we'll bring it down to $7. Okay, and that is for 24 hours. So definitely go and get your hand on that. And I will also leave it in the description and the comment section of this live because it's going to be posted. So thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.